Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Web Design with WordPress 101 course. Today we'll finish exploring the WordPress dashboard and take a look at some of the settings for WordPress. In the last class, we covered the majority of the tabs on the left-hand navigation menu. In this class, we'll explore the remaining tabs and talk about some important considerations in setting up WordPress. One of the first things you may want to change when setting up your site is your WordPress username. If you used an automated install program to install WordPress and didn't change the default username they provided, this is a good time to change it to something else. Select the Users tab on the menu to view all the current users for your site. The user you created when you installed WordPress should be visible on this page. Click the Add New button at the top of the page to add a new user. On the next screen, you'll be prompted for information about the new user. Fill in the required fields to create the new user. Before you click Add User, you should select the user role you'd like the specific user to have. A user role refers to the amount of access an individual user will have to your site. A subscriber has the least amount of privileges, while an administrator has total access to your site. A subscriber can create a profile and comment on others' posts, but is not allowed to post content to your site. Contributors can write posts and manage their own posts, but cannot publish them to the website. This means that someone with more access would have to publish their content for it to be visible on your site. Authors can write and publish posts on your site, while editors can do this plus manage other users' posts. Choose the role of your user based on the amount of access you'd like that user to have. Your account should have administrator access, so select this role for yourself. After you've created the new user, you can delete the previous account that the install created. While you are on the user page, you might want to consider setting up a decoy admin account. Admin is a commonly used username that installers associate with the administrator account for many different types of software. Many installers are moving away from making admin the default username because this is the go-to choice for someone trying to hack your site. If you set up a decoy admin account with limited privileges, then potential hackers will gain very little if they successfully break this username's password. If you decide to create the decoy admin account, set the role to subscriber to give it the least amount of access to your site possible. The Tools tab is the next menu item to explore. It provides you with the ability to export and import your site to another installation of WordPress. We'll show you how to do this in a later class. There is also a tool called Press This under this tab. The Press This button can be dragged as a favorite to your browser window, so you can easily post about other web content when you are browsing the web. The Settings tab allows you to configure the various aspects of your site. Clicking on the tab should bring you to the General Settings section. Here you can change your site title and tagline that appears on the top of your website. You can also change where WordPress looks for the WordPress software if you decide to change the directory or the name of the folder where you stored WordPress. The email address on this page is the address your site will send notifications to in regards to your website. If you change anything on this page, remember to click the Save Changes button at the bottom of your page. The Writing settings gives you some options on how your posts will display on your website. It also allows you to set up an email account that will automatically post whatever is sent to the account. If you allowed search engines to index your site, you'll also have the option to select an update service. The site you enter in the box notifies search engines when you've updated your site to help keep your site visible on the web. There are many different sites to choose from. Click the Update Services link to learn more. The Reading settings allows you to select which page is displayed whenever a user enters your site. By default, the front page shows your current posts. You can select between a page that displays a post page that will update every time a new post is added, or a static page that won't change. If you select the static page option, you can choose which page you'd like to display as your front page. You can also select a new page to act as your post page. You'll have to create a new post page if you choose this option. We'll cover how to add pages in a later class. There are also options on this page to control the amount of posts that appear per page, and options for controlling the output for your site's feed. We'll talk more about feeds in a later class. The last option on the page allows you to choose if you'd like to have search engines index your site. The discussion settings allows you to edit different configuration settings for the comments on your site. Under the default article settings, you can have WordPress try and notify a blog if you've linked to an article from that particular blog. This will result in a comment on the article from the blog you've linked to, showing that you've linked to their site if they've enabled the option. The next checkbox allows WordPress to do the same for your blog if another site has linked to one of your articles. The other comment settings allows you to select who can comment on your posts and how those comments are displayed. You can have commentators fill out their name and email before commenting, or even have them register for your site before they are able to comment. In the next section, you can choose to be emailed when someone posts a comment or a comment is held for moderation. You can choose to moderate every comment by selecting the Administrator Must Always Approve option, or you can allow comments from those who have already had a comment approved. Additionally, the Content Moderation section gives you the option to select keywords, URLs, emails, or IP addresses to flag for moderation before the comment is posted. The Comment Blacklist section will prevent comments from being posted that meet any of the criteria you provide. The Avatar section at the bottom of the page allows you to choose whether an avatar will be displayed when an individual comments on a post. An avatar is a graphical representation of a user, which can be anything from the user's actual picture to a self-selected image. The media settings allows you to determine the default size for images that you include in your post. The dimensions are measured by pixels, which is a very small area on your screen. Your screen resolution is usually measured in pixels and can help you to determine how big an image will appear on your computer screen. You can also choose to organize your uploaded media by month and year towards the bottom of this page. The Permalink Settings allows you to select how WordPress structures the web addresses for the content on your page. It's probably a good idea to change from the default setting, which creates an address in numerical order. This type of address doesn't provide much information about the content it is meant to deliver and may make navigating your site more difficult. Fortunately, WordPress gives you a few options that you can select that allow you to change the address structure to something more meaningful. WordPress also gives you the ability to create your own address structure. Click the Number of Tags Are Available link to see how you can put together your own link structure. At the bottom of the page, WordPress also allows you to change the category and tag base to further customize your links. Changing the base allows you to use your own buzzwords instead of the standard terms that would normally be provided in your address. If you leave these blank, WordPress will just use the words category and tag if you choose a custom structure that includes a category or tag. Let's recap. One of the first things you may want to consider doing is setting up a new username to act as your administrator account. Avoid using the username admin when creating this account. Look through the settings options and customize your site to your liking. If you aren't interested in creating a blog, you may want to change your front page to a static page. You can do this under the reading settings. The discussion settings are important if you do plan on allowing users to comment on your page. Use the settings under this tab to properly configure your discussion settings to avoid unwanted commentary. You should also change your permalink configuration to make your site addresses easier to navigate and remember. That's it for today's class. Thanks for watching on behalf of E3. Stay tuned for the next class in this series.